welcome to Explore Bio. Before I directly jump onto what are scar markers and how to develop them, one should know what is the need of a scar marker. Molecular markers or the genetic markers are very useful tools for studies such as genotyping, gene cloning, genetic mapping, and variety identification. If you have watched my previous videos, you might know that the markers like SSRs, SNPs, RFLPs are sequence specific, codominant, reproducible, and produce single or very few amplicons. However, the major limitations with these markers is that they need prior sequence information for primer designing. But for some species, sequence information are not available. Under such circumstances, developing these markers is not a viable option. Further, as lesser number of bands are generated, getting a polymorphic marker that distinguishes the variety is very difficult. Random markers such as ISSR, RAPD and SCOT provides an alternative option and does not require prior sequence knowledge for primer designing. Their primers are designed from the regions that are usually conserved across multiple species. Therefore, these primers generally work for any species. A single primer, which is 10 to 18 mer long, binds and amplifies the genome at several sites, producing multiple bands. But one of the major limitations with these markers are that they are dominant and not locus specific. That is, they amplify random sites and sometimes they are also less reproducible. Difference between dominant and codominant markers is covered in my separate video. A scar marker or sequence characterized amplified region is a method by which amplicon or PCR product generated using random markers such as RAPD, ISSR and SCOT is converted to locus specific marker, thus conferring some of the advantages like sequence specificity, codominance and high reproducibility like SSRs, SNPs and RFLPs, making them more suitable for gene mapping and varietal authentication. Coming on to the development part of scar marker. I have divided the whole procedure of scar marker development into 6 broad steps. Step 1 is getting the PCR product. Suppose you want to develop a scar marker from amplified PCR product of RAPD marker showing polymorphism in 2 varieties. Now you are particularly interested in polymorphic band or amplicon. Suppose the size of that band is 800 base pair and you want to convert it to a scar marker. So you again perform a 50 microliter of PCR reaction using the same RAPD primer and separate the PCR products on 1 to 1.5% across gel. Upon resolution on the gel, you cut the target polymorphic band and go for gel extraction procedure. Several kits are available for this, and the desired fragment is reconfirmed by resolving a few nanograms on across gel. Next, you ligate the target amplicon to a cloning vector like PGMT-EZ, following the manufacturer's instruction. Once cloned, the vector containing fragment is transformed to a competent cell of E. coli and cultured to increase the number of vector copies. The colonies containing positive clones are selected on the antibiotic plates based on the blue-white screening procedure. Next, you extract the vector or the plasmid and quantify it and check on the agarose gel. You should get a single band of size of vector plus the amplicon. The sequence of the amplicon cloned in the vector is determined using Sanger sequencing using vector-specific primers. Once you have the sequence, you design a standard forward and reverse primer using the tools like Primer3 or IDT Primer Quest. These primers will amplify the target polymorphic band only and is reproducible. This is known as scar marker. To sum up, scar marker is developed by sequencing of target RAPD, ISSR, SCOT or RFLP fragment. The first step of scar marker development is getting a PCR product from the random marker. Next is extraction of target amplicon. The third step is cloning and selection of positive clones using blue-white colony screening. Next step is you harvest the vector or the plasmid and go for Sanger sequencing. After sequencing, you can design the primer for this scar marker using softwares like Primer3. If you enjoyed the video, do share with your friends. Mention the comment about the PhD related queries. Subscribe to get notified about my latest videos. Watch my playlist on the markers, techniques, transcriptomes and COVID related videos. And finally, thanks for watching.